Shalom, and welcome to another edition of Real Talk with Yehuda. I'm going to try something today that I think is very worthwhile out of respect for fellow humanity. I'm going to start to learn to greet people in other languages. Shout out to brother on YouTube that I see that always does this. I'm like, man, you know what? Mad love, mad respect. So shalom, hola, konnichiwa, shalom, assalamu alaikum, jambo, and I'll continue to get better learning other greetings. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it this morning. Excuse my French, but what the fuck is wrong with this new generation? It's early this morning. I'm having my Earl Grey, so excuse me. But what the fuck? Now, for those of y'all that know me or have seen any of my videos, you know, I don't be doing no cursing in the videos, stuff like that. I don't be doing that. And I'm not just no potty mouth anyway, but this requires real, uncut, unfiltered, real talk Yehuda. Most of you are probably aware of the video that's gone viral, where there's a young teenage girl, I believe it's a high school, maybe junior high, middle school, whatever. I believe it's high school. Young girl, teenage girl running around with her camera phone or whatever she got, asking random people at school, would you rather suck a dick, would you rather suck a dick or let your mom die? First off, what the fuck? What the fuck's wrong with these kids, man? Like, for real, what the fuck? I normally don't even do these kind of videos. I usually try to stick to just talk amongst Israelites about issues in the Israelite community, those who are supposed to be living for and worshiping the Most High. But I had to take a pause on this one. What the hell, man? What? First off, what the hell went through this young girl's mind to go and even come up with that question? Who comes up with that? Really? Who? Secondly, the responses, I was flabbergasted. I was shocked, in disbelief, in awe. I was astonished. Third, men, we got to step it up. We got to step it up. All right. Men of my particular age group, we got to step the game up, man. Now, I know a lot of people, if you just see my videos or something like that, man, you probably think I'm some young ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't know nothing or whatever. Some young Thundercat or something like that. Well, number one, I am still young. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't consider my age group to be old. You know what I'm saying? Number two on that, I'm 34 years old. I'm 34 years old. I'm not some young 20-year-old cat. I'm 34. I'm mid 30. So that means if you in my age group from about mid 40, let's just say 45. All right, if you in my general age group from 45 to 35, 34, whatever, I'm right there at 34. If you in my general age group, we got to step it up because there is no way in hell when we was coming up nobody would even ask that kind of question. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that takes me back to my original number one. What the fuck? What's wrong with these kids? What went through that young girl mind that she even came up with that kind of question? You dig what I'm saying? Number two, the responses. What? Did y'all. This brings me to talking towards what the real problems are amongst our community. Not enough men in the household. Not enough men in the household. Now, this is a twofold problem. And before I dig into that, I'm gonna just briefly, if for those who haven't seen this, I don't recommend that you go watch it. It's not funny. I know a bunch of you morons out there probably done seen the video, laugh, and think it's funny. It's not funny. Not even a little bit. Not at all. This is not a laughing matter, man. That ain't nothing that's funny for a young teenage girl to come up with that type of question in her head, to actually feel cool about it, to walk around and ask a bunch of people that, and then the responses. So, response category number one, the young teenage boys. From the video I saw, I think she may have randomly asked about 20 or 30 the high school boys or whatnot this question, and it may have been about three. It may have been about three of these boys that looked and was like, and just kind of walked off. And I think it was like one, it was like one that was like, Mom gotta die. The rest of them emphatically was like, oh yeah, I do it. Nigga. Now, people that know me, you know how passionately I hate that N word. But in this case, nigga. What? I wanted to reach through my television screen and backhand. I really did. When I saw these youngsters on there talking about, yeah, they'll do it. Now, for those in my age group, mid 30 to mid 40 or so, like that, number one, y'all know this kind of question wouldn't even been asked. Number two, if somebody would have came up to this question right there, that was almost like fighting words. Like, what? You know what the hell wrong with you even ask some mother? Y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't ask me some old stupid ass. These youngsters, astonished. Category number two, the young ladies. The thing that's such a trip where I'm just so astonished was to see those responses of these teenage boys, and it was only like three or four of them. Like I said, I think I saw like three of them in the video. Just kind of gave a weird look, which was much deserved to the stupid ass question, like, and walked off. And I think I heard one dude that was like, "Hey, mom gotta die. I ain't doing it." I would have thought that every young man in that, I can't even call him young man, man. I don't even know what to call this, man. These young boys, I would have thought that every one of these young boys would have had a stank face, like, yo, what the fuck, or would have said no. Not the case. Like 90% of them had a passionate yes answer. Crazy. Females, on the other hand, it was probably like 50-50 with the females. Like 50% of the females was like, oh, something, whatever. They little girls or whatever. And kind of just, ran off, walked off or whatever. I think I heard like one female was like, hey, mom gotta die because I ain't doing it. And then you had about the other half of the girls was like, well, yeah, I guess I do it, whatever. You know how they get. How is it that like 90% of these young boys was like, oh yeah, I do it. I do it. Pause. And then only like 50% of the girls kind of was like, well, yeah, I guess they'd do it. The other half either said no or didn't answer the question at all. This takes me to the larger problem. Point number one, men, we got to step it up. Men of my age category. All right, if you mid 30 to mid 40, you need to be a father in the life and in the homes of your children. Because I guarantee you, about 90% of them boys that was sitting there talking about, yeah, come from single mother households. And this ain't no surprise. I mean, we already know this, right? The majority of the black community, single mom households, period. Ain't really nothing to discuss. We know this. Now, I've put out videos, kind of talking about some of this whoredom and say no to single mothers and some of this stuff. But guess what, man? Now it's time to, as men, it's time for us to say, hey, you know what? Okay, cool, man. It's a whole bunch of brothers out there that's going in on the sisters, whether they on YouTube, whether they on different social media, whether they on, Facebook groups, or, even amongst one another, the men and stuff. But guess what? These women can't be whores without whoremongers. So that means You brothers out there are the ones having sex with these sisters. They ain't having sex with theyself. These women ain't get pregnant by theyself. They ain't had no immaculate conception. They just sitting up there on their own and bam, they pregnant. No, that means you brothers is going up inside, running up in these women. And that's how these women is ending up as whores, as thoughts, as ratchets, as whatever you want to call it. And that's how they ended up as single mothers. Because you brothers is running up in them. Yeah. And the results that we see, these niggas is gay. Real talk. These 13, 14, 15, 16, however old these little teenage boys is, these niggas is gay. Running around with spandex tight, skinny jeans on, thinking they swagged out or whatever the hell, and then to be caught on video. Like it's all good. Answering yeah to such a buffoonish, moronic, satanic question. Would you suck or let your mom die? Now, me personally, I would have been ready to slap the hell out of somebody even asking me a stupid ass question like that. Like, yo, what the? I would probably, I would probably, I would have probably smacked the hell out of him twice before I even got to cussing good. That's just real talk. And people that know me, I ain't even no thug, no hard dude like that or whatever. I mean, I'm a R&B dude. By the way, check out the song "This Is Love." You know what I'm saying? I digress. But I'm an R&B dude. I write songs. I'm a producer. I make beats. I work with some dudes that be in the streets, producing beats and recording and mixing and mastering and stuff like that. Look, look at me. I ain't all tatted up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't all. That ain't me. But guess what? I'm a man. And before some old stupid ass question like that or something, we'll get down, bruh. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I ain't never been afraid to fight. So as men, we got to step it up because where are the father figures in these young boys' lives? Where the hell is you at being a man to your children? Are you part of the problem that's tossing these women up? And then now that's why these women is crazy in the head. I've talked about microchimerism a little bit in a couple of my videos, I believe. I know I definitely did one video on microchimerism. But that's what's wrong with most of these sisters out here. They didn't have multiple men run up inside of them. Their emotions is toe up. Their mind is toe up. Their spirit is toe up. And they've been polluted with a bunch of you wicked ass brothers running up in them. See, at one point, all these ratchets, all these whores that we see out here, at one point they was virgins. Yeah. At one point, they were a newborn baby that came out that was innocent. They grew up as a young girl. They became a young teenage girl. They were virgins. And one of you wicked ass brothers took that girl's virginity, didn't marry her, tossed her up, left her, multiple dudes running up in her. Somewhere along the line, now she got kids and she crazy as hell. Now you got a bunch of these thought females running around here that had multiple men running up in them, got these kids, and now they acting crazy. And that's you brother's fault. Yeah. And now we seeing the results of it. that these young little niggas, man, they gay, bruh. There's no way around that. To even be entertained by that type of question and then to answer that question as a yeah, thinking it ain't funny. Yo, like for real, that's gay, dog. That's gay. And what it's showing you is it's showing you how effeminate, emasculated these young boys is becoming, or are. They ain't even really become, they are. And then on the flip side is more so even showing you how masculine the young girls is becoming. Because the young girls had more intestinal fortitude. These young girls had more balls than that. The young girls, 50% of the young girls is like, or whatever the case is, walked off from that kind of question. And then the other 50%, I mean, at least they females, and they was like, well, I guess, well, she a female. But for this type of thought process to be some young teenage girl come up with this question, walk around randomly asking people this question in her school, and then to see the responses, especially from the young males, all I could do is throw my hands up. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. See, when we was coming up, I'm gonna tell a little bit about me. I ain't really told a lot about me in my videos, right? So like I said, I'm 34 years old. I'm married. Me and my wife been together 8 years. All right. I got 2 children. Some of you may have seen in a couple of my videos, my daughter, you know what I'm saying? She almost 3. She's still 2, almost 3. You know what I'm saying? She be trying to get up in daddy videos and stuff. She definitely daddy's girl, right? Cool. I work. My wife work. We get it in. I'm a real ass man. I'm a husband, a father. I work. I do for my family. You know what I'm saying? I do the best that I can raising up my children. I'm a man of the Most High. I'm a man of the scriptures. When I say the scripture, I'm talking about the Bible. I'm talking about apocryphal. I'm talking about the Hebrew. I study the scriptures. And I do the best to live my life according to the scriptures. This ain't no Christianity. So I ain't one of them dudes talking about, oh, turn the other. Nah, man. We some Hebrews. And Hebrews, yo, hey. If you don't know, you better ask. Hebrews, we man, we've been scrapped with you because we ain't playing all of that soft, feminine, emasculated stuff. Nah, it's grown men's. And that's what Real Talk Yehuda is about. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about real stuff that goes on amongst the community. And me personally, I try to focus on what goes on with the Hebrew community. And when I look at this on a larger scale, even those that are lost, that are still asleep, the lost sheep of Israel, of Yisrael, the lost sheep of Yasharal, and I have to say the black community as a whole, it's bad, man. This the worst it's ever been. Just the worst it's ever been, man. Where the young boys is gay. And the young girls ratchet as hell, but they still got more testosterone than these young boys. It's crazy. Where's the father or the father figure, the man? Where is it at? See, when I came up, my mom and my dad was married. Obviously, I'm 34, right? It's 2016. I was born in 82. My moms and pop met each other in college. I have a younger sister, born in 87. She's 5 years younger than me. Everything was all to the good. From 82 to 87, guess what? 88, that crack came in. Thanks to good old Uncle Sam and that red, white, and blue. They pushed in the crack in our neighborhoods. My pop got caught up in that stuff. Mom and pop divorced. My mom's joined the army. While in the army, my mom met my stepdad, who stepped in. I was about, 9 years old at the time when they got together. I was like 9. They still married to this day. I'm 34. So they've been together, like 25 years? So I got to see growing up and stuff like that, especially at those, you know, basically my whole life, right? Like from the time I was born to the time I was about, 6 or 7, my pops was there. From the time I was like 9 all the way through, developing into a man myself, I had my step pop there. And over the last really 4 years since I turned 30, over the last 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Me and my birth dad, we linking back up and building relationship and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, man, I respect him and everything he had to go through and understanding, how messed up stuff was. Respect him, man. He got himself together, man. Much love. So the point that I'm making is this. Look, I grew up having to go outside and cut grass with my pop, doing yard work and stuff like that. And being that I grew up in a military family when I was like 13, 14 or whatever the case is, 12. And I was like 12, 13, 14, something like that. We lived in White Sands, New Mexico. Army base out there. It'd be 100, 115 degrees and stuff out there. Hey, man up, we finna go cut this grass. These young boys now, where that's at? Who's out there playing football and basketball and riding bikes and, climbing trees and jumping fences? You know what I'm saying? Doing masculine male boy shit. These cats now sitting up playing PlayStation and Xbox video games, trying to be swagged out wearing skinny jeans. And then they'll be the same ones with no father figure in a single parent household that'll sit up there on camera. Oh yeah, I'll suck it. You niggas is gay. So man, we gotta step it up. The grown ass real men, we gotta step it up. You see in some of my videos, I talk about polygyny. I'm about to start going even harder talking about it. With polygyny and men being men. But this stuff right here, we need to step it up, because this generation right here is this generation just about lost, man. Now I ain't the Most High. I can't say that somebody that's it, because I don't know what the Most High might do. I know that He's able to do anything. But when we look out and we see this stuff, no way we should be laughing at this type of video going viral. No way that we should be cool with this kind of stuff, man. Because it ain't cool. On that note, I finished my cup of tea, so I need to make a new one. It's been real. This is Real Talk with Yehuda. Don't forget to subscribe, like, thumbs down, comment, share it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Holla at me. I'm out.